Hey everyone. So I thought I'd give you an update on what's going on at the White House. So some of the things that I've added since the last video is I've added the fence to go around the front porch to give me a place where I can run to and fight off the infected where they get stuck at the deck or the fence. The only problem is, let me see, if I close it like this, I'm now stuck. I can't get out of here. So this is the only problem that I can see is this is too close to the deck, which causes me to be stuck here. And the problem with that is then I'm right here where the infected are, and that's probably going to get me killed. So when I run in, I have to try to get on top of the concrete here before I close this gate. And that I'm not, I have to kind of redo the deck or the fence, push it out a little bit further, one more fence length further, and then I shouldn't have that issue. Alright, so that's done. In case you didn't notice, we got some more plans for fence. So the idea would be to have a fence here around this big area where all the items or the different equipment that I need to survive. And I added a furnace, a blacksmith furnace, and an anvil, a forge, and melt materials. Yeah, that's all right. Sometimes I can't remember what this stuff is called either. So I set up a blacksmith place right out in front of my house. Now I don't have to go down to the lumber mill where the only forge / furnace is. So I have it right here. And I reorganized some of this stuff just to make it easier for me to plan to have the fence like this. I think it's just kind of this. It's hard to tell what is it. Is it this that's not lined up straight? How do I tell that? Is it this one that's not lined up quite straight that's causing this to leave me a little itsy bitsy gap right here? It's kind of a bummer, but what can you do? You can keep working on it, keep, being really OCD about it. It's got to be perfect. Maybe it's this that's got to be redone again to see if I can get closer to that. So the plan will be, to have this fence around all the equipment that I need to use, so that way I can come out here and work on these items, work on the things that I need to do, and the infected can be out here, but they won't be able to touch me because the fence will prevent them. And I'll probably have to change one or two of these to be a gate, so I can use the gate instead of having to hop over the fence every time. Alright, so got that taken care of. And around the outside, so I've seen some people use the fence in front of the windows, and I'm hoping that this, instead of these water tanks, water barrel water tanks, will prevent the infected from being able to get inside the house. I mean, I could put up a fence in the window, but I think that we need to prevent the infected from getting close to the window, and hopefully that'll prevent them from getting in at all. Because I hate waking up in the morning and discovering an infected dead inside the house. It's just like, man, I hate that. I think I hate that the most. So we got all of these set up, and over here, the final one. Yeah, getting all the materials for this isn't really hard. It isn't. It's just a lot of time. Okay, we got all three of the small cabins built. Each one of these has a different follower attached to it. Let's see, this one. Okay, this is supposed to be Kate's. I don't know why that happens. It's so weird. So there's that. And then over here, this one's supposed to be Scott and Rachel's. This is my active base. The idea of having this as a base is somebody suggested that with this as a base, with these as being bases, any bandits that come into my area will go over here to this building and won't go anywhere near that. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. They can't kill these guys, and I hope the developer never ever makes them killable. 'Cause that would be awful. I mean, maybe you can make them so they can get really, really hurt, and then I have to spend time healing them. But even then, I don't want that, because that's too much work. Alright, so we got all that planned in there. Let's see. I keep having issues with the ground suddenly causing my car to like tilt like it's going to roll. This keeps happening. It really bugs the crap out of me. I have to have a car jack inside of my inventory at all times now, just because at any time the car could hit, I don't know what, anything. It could hit a leaf on the ground and the car will roll, and we can't have that. So we're doing pretty well with weapons. Let's see. Okay, we got let's go. We got this. So we got our hunting rifle, lots of bullets, but I need more bullets. I want more. Can never have enough more. Okay, I got some more bullets for my my semi-automatic rifle. Yep, but I always need more. Lots more. And then this. Yeah, this. Pokey stick. I got a sharp stick. That's how I'm going to survive the apocalypse. This is how we're going to do it. A poking stick. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay here or not. I know I'm doing a lot of work. This was a lot of effort, a lot of materials to make this. I would hate to have to tear it down. Even though if I tear it down, I will get some of the components that I use, some of the materials I used to create it. I won't get all of them back. I've thought about going over to the logging mill, and maybe using the mill that doesn't have infected ever appear inside the mill. There's two logging mills. One mill has infected, so even if you clear out, the infected will respawn at a later time back in there, and then you're in the same situation where you're trying to make it your base, but at any time infected could appear at the wrong time for you. And the other one, the other logging mill building doesn't have infected spawn, but it's not a base, and who knows if the developer at any time is going to want to put something in there that's going to make me hate the fact that I went over there and used a empty area that is not designated as a base as a place to make a base, when he could like put a incredibly he could find some kind of super berserker infected that's more berserker than the berserker in the mind inside of the one of those log cabins. And then I'd be like, well, I put this all together, I got this unkillable machine inside or over by where I'm trying to live, and I got to maybe consider abandoning it if I can't figure out how to kill the thing. So inside we got we've added some more cabinets, some more foot lockers I call. And I don't know if I showed you this, but I was able to get a reloading bench. And I think the next thing I'm going to want to do, I got a workbench over on the left side. Got the blacksmith place. I don't really need a moonshine still to make alcohol for bandages, because I don't have a lot of trouble with that right now. I have the saw machine outside. I just need to make a generator. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might do a repair bench. I'm not sure. Repair tools, weapons. That all depends. Yeah, I might do that. That might be my next thing. So I don't have to worry about running out of weapons or having to make new weapons. I mean, there's some weapons I don't believe that you can, that are easy to make, or I don't want, I mean, it's enough for me that I have to make a pickaxe. Fine with that. That I have to make a regular axe. That's fine with that. So anyway, that's what's going on here. There really isn't a lot more to talk about, to show you about. I think as I go out and keep farming like the raw materials, like metals and the components, I keep seeing that certain areas where they have the cars that I break down, like in my previous video, will respawn, which is awesome, totally awesome. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I mean, this is pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to build some walls around this. So my thought about the whole wall things is that the infected, I'm not sure how the infected spawn. I don't know if like the infected suddenly can spawn like right here and then walk around. And if I try to create a wall all the way around here, like Skull Island, to keep King Kong out of my my base, I still think that King Kong can spawn right in the middle here, inside of my fortifications, and it's like, okay, then we're wasting all that material to not be able to stop Kong from getting inside. That's just like, no, that's just not a good idea. I mean, I still kind of wonder, even after I put up this fence, if they could possibly spawn like right here. From what I've kind of witnessed, it seems like they start like outside of the main base area. I don't know if there is an area, an invisible line that the game engine says that the infected won't spawn inside, but they'll spawn near to it outside. So I see them coming from out here. I see them coming from out here and then heading their way in. I just don't know where exactly is that. I mean, when you're behind the building, where is behind the building safe? Because I would like to take this tower and put it inside of a barrier. And not only that, but I would like to consider the possibility of doing some of the things that I've seen other videos do, other YouTube survival creators do, where they create a vertical base, a base like way up high in the sky. It's like awesome. It's like crazy awesome. That is some creative stuff, man. I would not have thought about doing that ever. You guys are really, you're great. You give me dreams. You give me things to think about and plan about. I think ultimate goal of this game right now for where I'm at is I found a place that's semi-safe for the most part. But what I want to do is I want to have an area where I can build a base that is high enough off the ground that I'll never be bothered by infected. So I can go up high above the ground, go to sleep, and never hear the infected. Like, I'm still going to get woken up in the middle of the night by weird sounds, like count sounds that the house or the base makes. I mean, that happens. It happens in real life. But some nights I get woken up and there's like this crazy growling going on. Either I get woken up, or as the game is spinning through my sleep fast, you can hear the sound. It's like really loud while I'm sleeping, and it doesn't wake me up. And at that point, I wonder, is that one of the infected that's inside, or is it just one that's like over by this window and he's like freaking out because he can tell that I'm right up there in that room on the second floor. And at that point, man, I need to be able to build. I need to be able to build higher. I need to be able to build high enough off the ground where they'll never be able to know that I'm there. And I've seen it done. I haven't figured out yet how it's done. I'll have to see if there's a missed video tutorial on how to build high off the ground. Like one of them, they build it so that the bottom of the decks that the buildings were on were like way up in the sky. And then you just climb up this ladder, and you could go from the water tower right onto the deck, and just you were walking up in the sky. It was just nuts. It was just crazy. And they put their base up there. They built a building up there. They put enough of the walls. Let's see. I'm gonna try not to just call them walls. Put up a wooden wall. So they have a bunch of wooden walls. You put them together. You can create enough flooring beneath you that you can actually put a house on it. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess the only thing is to build something down here in the ground and then see if I'm able to place a base on it, because nothing says to me that I can do it. Like here, for example, clearly this requires this. So we need to put a wooden floor down. Okay, put that down. And then I'm assuming that needs to be built, because you can't like imagine this up here or something. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. Yeah. I just want to find a forever base, a place where I could just stay and never have anything ever be able to bother me. But again, you know, I think in a video I said that kind of takes away from the danger in the game. If you can completely eliminate all danger, well, you can't completely eliminate all danger all the time. You're going to make mistakes. And you're going to get killed. I have goals and things I want to do, and one of my goals is to be able to get a night's sleep without waking up and finding an infected inside of my base, even after everything I've done. I don't know if I try to extend this fence to be an extra, like take this and then just extend it all the way around the outside, so there's like a couple of feet of fence outside of the whole base. If maybe that'll prevent all infected from coming inside, because sometimes at night I work inside. Sometimes when it's getting dark outside, I turn on my flashlight and I'll continue to work for a little while. And that includes mist. When the mist comes around, I want to be able to work a little bit inside. You know, I could try to sleep through the mist, or I can try to do work. But the problem is, if they are able to, if I find them in here, and I have found them in here, then, you know, I can't do this. I can't work on this for an hour when the mist is around, and I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe because I've got some stuff in place, but it turns out it's not. Something is still allowing the infected to get by. And maybe it's more videos and other blog articles, people's Reddit post or whatever. Maybe it can help me figure out what the dealio is. So anyway, that's the update in the base. Sorry, it's taking 17 minutes long, and all I'm just doing is talking and talking and talking and talking your ears off. There's a rock on the roof. How does a rock get on the roof? Alright. That's where we end the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to more videos, and later, dudes.